Hi fantasy managers, and welcome to FPL Team Talk. In this video though, I am not going to be talking about Fantasy Premier League. We're going to talk about the Euro Fantasy League, and we're going to go through the rules in this video. I'm going to release quite a few videos over the course of the tournament, talking about my side drafts. Chip strategy will be the next one. In this one, short and sharp, I'm just going to go through some of the basic rules that I hope will help you guide you through setting your side up initially. So if you find it useful, please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And in the meantime, let's jump into it. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is that you're going to have 100 million euros to spend. And if you are familiar with Fantasy Premier League, then this is just going to be all quite easy and off the bat for you to pick up. 100 million to spend. There are a few tweaks to the Premier League rules to this one, in that you can actually change your formation a little bit. You can actually have one striker. You still got to have a minimum of 3 defenders in your side, but the formations are a little bit more flexible in that, rather than 2 strikers, you can have just one. So you could go for a 3-6-1 formation or something like that. The other major changes as well is that throughout the progression of the tournament, your budget will increase, which just makes perfect sense that most of the expensive players are going to be in the sort of more successful sides. So with the weaker sides going out of the tournament and the group stages, you're going to just have to spend more just to keep a side alive, let alone anything else. So the budget will go up throughout the tournament, and it staggers up through after the group stages, but we'll have a look at that when we come near the time. Also, the amount of players you can have 3 from each side, but that will increase again as you go through the tournament, where again it makes sense because there's just going to be less and less teams involved. So that in terms of your budget to go with. Points is interesting as well though. You get 1 point for just turning up, for starting a match. 60 if you hit the 60. You get 2 points if you hit the 60-minute mark, whether you've started or whether you come on the sub. Yellow cards, you lose points. Clean sheets is the same as Fantasy Premier League with 4 points for the clean sheet. So you're more or less picking up a 6 points for your clean sheet and no other attacking returns. There's a couple of tweaks. That is, if you get a red card, you lose points. But as you'll see later on, that's quite important because you can't sub players out of your side, which is one of the nice features of the Euro Fantasy League. If you win a penalty, you get 2 points, but you don't get the assist, and you don't get the assist for handballs on a penalty shoot on a penalty anymore. Quite crucially, I think as well, that later on in the groups, when we get into the knockout stages, points are counted towards extra time. So if it goes into extra time, you can see the goal, you'll lose that clean sheet. So I think there's a bit more of an emphasis, I think, to perhaps go for more attacking players and put your money invested into defensive sides. And also, just you're probably not going to want to play 4 or 5 defenders if you're going to potentially have to keep a clean sheet for an extra 30 minutes. That looks interesting. The other one as well, which we'll come on to later, is all about ball recoveries, extra points. So that will be to encourage or make more appealing those players like your Rodri's, Rice, who perhaps aren't very attacking, but do a lot of that sort of brick carrying hard work in the midfield. So there's some nice tweaks with that. Scoring goals, assists, a similar sort of thing. You get more for a defender, 6 points. I think it is 5 for midfielders, kicking sheet as well. Missing penalties, you'll lose points as well. So all that good stuff as normal. One of the things then, so we look at ball recovery. That was quite, I was interested in this. So I did a little bit of research around it. And you get 1 point for every 3 ball carrying recoveries you get. So what is a ball recovery? When the ball is sort of turned over a possession more than anything else, you get 1 point for every 3 made. So Rice on average in the Premier League, you'd think he'd be right up there. Well, he's only got 4.9 per game, whereas Rodri gets 6.9. So it's possibly an extra couple of points for him. But again, that is looking at internationally. Maybe it's harder to do it from there. The other key interesting things was that 3 points, player of the match gets 3 points. And again, that's just going to be completely out of your control. But extra 3 points, maybe again, that will side with more attacking players. And goes outside the box, 1 point. But I'm not sure I'm going to be really looking too much into that. So we talked about the fact that you could have extra time, have to put players, defenders could lose extra points. An interesting thing about subbing players with red cards is that later, during the course, one of the nice features of this tournament is that you will be able to move your players off the bench into your playing side if they haven't played already. So on the first game, the whole sort of scoring system is factored on 3 match days. So each one is a succession of games. where every team plays in the groups. Everyone plays their first round of matches, then the second and the third. So that will be match day 1, 2 and 3. If during the first match day your player plays in the first game, doesn't do particularly well, he can take him out and bring on another player who will then score you points. Obviously you can't take that one back off the bench and put him in your side again. So that's one of the lovely features of the Euros, and it was during the World Cup as well. So if you're an active manager that wants to really keep on top of your side, this is quite nice for you to be able to do that. Captain scores 2 double points, and you can move your captain as through the game week during the game day as well. First day doesn't do particularly well. If it's Gundogan or someone, then you can move on to Kane, then you can move on to Mbappe. If you're still not happy with it, you can move it on to someone on the final day. So those are all options to go for. I'm not going to go through many more options than that. There are chips such as Wildcard and Limitless, but I'm going to save that for another video. So if you enjoyed that video, if you found it any way useful, please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and then make sure you hit that notification bell, because we'll be coming at you with a chip video and also looking at team selection and some drafts as we work our way through the tournament. Till the next time, see you soon.